4th with showing you here on YouTube what's new at sagegoddess.com. Thanks for following us on over here. Facebook was down today, so we thought what a fun opportunity to bring you over to YouTube. Everything is 20% off at sagegoddess.com today. Your code is 20fall, 20FALL, for 20% off anything that you decide to add to your cart today. And I want to take you around my tray. Hey, Jess, how are you? It's great to see you. Come on in. Megan's here. Isn't this kind of fun? We're coming over to a different platform today. Facebook's a little wonky, but in a way, I've kind of wanted to experiment with YouTube and see if this could be good for us. So it's a great opportunity to come over and see what YouTube has to offer. How are you today? Happy Monday. It's October 4th. It's Brooklyn's birthday today. Happy birthday to Brooklyn. Happy birthday to Brooklyn. I'm not good at singing songs. You don't hate it? Thank you, Heather. It's kind of cool, right? I'm into it. All right, well, come on in. I'm going to show you everything that's shaken at sagegoddess.com today. And I've got Alexis with me, my eternal sidekick today as we explore this new way of bringing you today's new offerings. Yeah, Facebook's down. So is Instagram. So is, all the technologies that the kids use, honey. You know, the Instagrams and the Facebooks. It's such an interesting lesson, right? About like, what do we do when social media is down, right? So anyway, I'm happy to have you here. Happy birthday to Brooklyn. Thank you for joining me and wishing her a beautiful day. You get a free gift today, by the way, if you spend $20 at sagegoddess.com today. Aren't those cute? Opalite is the stone of business success and endurance. And we had these custom made as a gift for you because I wish you the moon and all the stars. Isn't that beautiful? What a fun little holiday gift too. You could put that away and give that to someone you love. Maybe you know somebody who's starting a new business or, I don't know, starting some kind of exciting new venture, and maybe they need some good luck and good opportunities. So thank you, Layla. I appreciate it. It's great to be with you guys today. So anyway, $20 purchase gets you a free pendant today at sagegoddess.com. You're also saving 20%. Your code is 20fall, 20FALL at sagegoddess.com. All right, darling. The most exciting thing of the day, and I'm going to decorate this tonight because I kind of want to show you tomorrow what a decorated version of this looks like. Did you see these today? Can you believe this shelf, after your discount, is $16 at sagegoddess.com. I'm not kidding. It's got hooks on the back so you can hang it on the wall. I'll tell you a little trick. I tend to run a wire, just a real thin gauge wire. Loop it here and loop it here. Makes it so much easier to hang this. Pull it real tight, because otherwise you're trying to get two nails lined up real straight on your wall, and that's not easy to do. This is going to be your new favorite storage solution for all your gems and crystals. It's 8 inches. Can you see my hand? Somebody was asking me how big it is. Trish, because if you're just joining now, Facebook's down and Instagram is down. We're calling it the social media apocalypse today. Yeah, so can you see my hand? It just gives you kind of a gauge for the size. This is 8 inches top to bottom and 8 inches side to side for $16. Is that the cutest thing? Can I just tell you, this would be the best gift for the holidays. It really would. And what I'm going to do with mine tonight is I'm going to decorate this whole crescent moon with flash tattoos. So I will be showing you what mine looks like tomorrow when it's finished. And then I'm going to put crystals on each level. There's 3 different shelves. I've never seen a crescent moon shelf for under $20, under $18. So I thought that was a really fun holiday gift. If you've been looking for new decor for your own sacred space, maybe you want to put your favorite little treats and treasures on here. You know what I mean? If you've been looking for a gift for someone, you could paint this. You can put your flash tattoos on it. So you can put a crystal for each of the chakras. Kind of show you what that would look like. So we'll put a strawberry calcite on there, which is really good for your heart. We'll put a little axonite, which is good for your root. We'll put a peach moonstone, which is really good for your sacral. We'll put a sphene crystal here for your solar plexus. And we'll put a piece of pink pedalite for your heart, and then we'll put a piece of grandidorite for your throat, and we'll put a little azurite blueberry for your third eye. And then one of my favorites right now is this aura lepidolite. Isn't that pretty? We'll put that there for your crown chakra. Isn't that fun? It just becomes a little living sort of collection for you. You can put a selenite bar if you want on the top shelf, just to keep the energy really clear. Isn't it pretty? And maybe you get one of the Dragonstone double charms today for problem solving. I don't want to tip it over. I'm going to tip it over. I'm trying to do this one-handed, and it's not the most graceful thing you ever saw. But there you go. Isn't that pretty? It's going to keep you organized. I know, it's like you know what it is? It's a way of having a gemstone tray that is something you can hang on your wall, instead of just something that's laying flat on the floor, you know what I mean, or tucked, you know, into a drawer or something like that. It's a way of keeping your crystals around you all the time. I think this would be beautiful by your front door. I really do. You could put some cleansing and purifying and healing crystals on there. You want me to see if the perfume bottles fit? Do I have one of our standard perfume bottles here on my tray is the question. Here's this size bottle, which is pretty standard. Unfortunately, that size is not going to work. Let's see if a dram will fit there. Your drams are going to fit though, EA, look at that. That would be fun storage for your drams. If you're in Soul Shift or Perfume Around the World and you've been getting drams, wouldn't that be fun? I know. Oh, I like that too. JKW said you can do, you know, spirit animals, however you kind of thematize it. I will tell you too, the other way you can work with this, and it's something I would consider because I'm a jewelry person and I do like to keep my jewelry organized, is you can work with it as sort of a jewelry display. You know what I mean? So your different Sage Goddess rings that you have, instead of putting them in a jewelry drawer, you could actually display them on the shelves too, and then each day before you leave your bedroom, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, Facebook's down, my darlings. It is. Instagram is down. It's not Sage Goddess, it's Facebook. So it's okay. We're persevering. YouTube isn't down, so we'll just come hang on YouTube for a little while together, right? Uh-huh. I like it. Yeah, you could put your regular perfumes up on the top shelf, that's for sure, right? Because obviously you're not limited on space up here. So you could put your perfumes on top and then your jewelry and your stones on the second and third shelves. I just thought it was really cool to be able to get that for $16. You know what I mean? They're usually very expensive. And so we have these custom made for you, and I just think they're beautiful. And like I said, I'll show you mine. I'm gonna edge it in gold. I'm gonna put flash tattoos on it. I might put some flash tats on the shelves too. That's kind of fun and easy to do. So I'm gonna dress mine up, and I will, I'm gonna build it into a grid, and I'm gonna represent the three worlds. So the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world, or above and within and below, right? And that's what I'm gonna do with mine, especially ahead of, we have Elder Council tomorrow. If you're in Soul Shift, I hope you're excited. It's our Samhain edition of Elder Council, which is my favorite of the year. It's our meditation to connect with our spirit guides. And so I'm gonna do a little three-world, upper, middle, lower grid situation with mine. Maybe I will inspire you to think about doing that too, right? I know. Okay, so what else is new today? Let me give you a quick scoot around the tray, and then I'm gonna come back and see if you have any questions, because we have quite a bit that's new today. We have the most beautiful spheres. Did you see these today? I've seen ruby fuchsite or ruby zoisite spheres in my time, but these are some of the most beautiful that I personally have seen. And this is a combination. So the green mineral that you see here is called zoisite. My daughter's name is Zoe. Zoe in Greek means life. And that's really what zoisite is all about. It's the life force. And so is ruby. And ruby, see that red mineral right there? That's ruby. Grows with that green, that zoisite. This is the ultimate stone for someone who feels a sense of despair and disconnection from your purpose, from your spirit guides, from the planet, right? Because these are two minerals that really tell you and remind you why you're here. You're here for a reason. We all are. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to know what your reason is. It becomes clear to you over time. Look at the heart on the top over there, that little ruby. Isn't that sweet? So there's two different sizes. They look like planets. The larger size is $29 before you're 20% off. Can you believe that? I don't have a lot of these, by the way. The price is nuts. You should go on eBay and Etsy and price compare, because you won't find this size, 2.5 to 3 inches after your discount. This one is $25. It's a pretty great deal considering that's real ruby, baby. And these have quartz in them. Do you see this line around the middle is quartz? And then you have your ruby in there. Isn't that beautiful? So grounding, it opens your root and your heart chakra. And then the smaller size is even more affordable. This is $20 after your discounts. Nuts. Even back in the day, 10 years ago when I started, we didn't have these for $20. So this is a really incredible value if you're looking for ruby and zoisite together. And again, Zoe in Greek means life, abundant life, everlasting life. And so this is the stone of life, and reminding you how precious life is. If you haven't had life experiences that have taught you that yet, you will. We all learn things through life experiences, but for the moment, sometimes you need a crystal to remind you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I really appreciate that. I'm so happy to hear that. Hottie's asking, do the sizes make a difference? You know what? They don't. Some people, Hottie, the reason I bring you different sizes of everything, like in the Dragonstone wands, I have 2 different sizes for you today. In these, I have 2 different sizes for you. And when I bring you tumblestones, often I bring you small and medium. I have a lot of people in our community, Hottie, who collect specific sizes of things. Okay, so they'll say, I want to get a sphere in that stone, but I only collect 2.5 to 3 inch spheres, or I only collect 2-inch spheres. Or their hands are small, like mine, so they want smaller wands, versus I have other clients whose hands are larger and they want larger wands. Bigger stones don't equal bigger energy, in my experience. But because I do have so many collectors who've been with me for 10 years and their collection is a certain size of thing, I try to bring options for people so that they're like, well, I really only like the 2-inch size, but you only have 3. So I try to do things in 2 sizes. When I can do it in 3 sizes, I try to do that. That way everybody kind of can find something that's going to work with their collection. Hey, Dave. My cutie pie hubby's with us live today. That's kind of fun, sneaking onto YouTubes. We're over here at the YouTubes today because the Facebooks doesn't work. You know? So anyway, I hope you guys are having fun being here with all of us. Oh, I love that. Alicia Ellis says her daughter's name is Zoe Elizabeth, and Elizabeth means dedicated to God, and Zoe means life. I love that so much. And I bet she's as beautiful as the day is long, isn't she? I bet her spirit lives up to her name, Alicia. I love that. I don't know. If I turn my phone sideways, what does that look like to you guys? Nope. It says no, Dave. It says that my phone was locked when I did that. So don't ask me to do that again. Look at us experimenting. Hey, Kaz. It's great to see you. Isn't that funny? Hillary just happened to be on YouTube and saw us here. Didn't know we were doing this today. So that's a fun coincidence. Anyway, I'm happy you're here. It's a beautiful day in Southern California. Lovely to have your company. Okay. What else is new today? Double terminated Dragonstone power wands. Dragonstone is the stone of strength. That's the Dragonstone. Dragonstone is not bloodstone. Let me educate you, darling. Especially if you're new to crystals, because there's other stones that are red and green, but they're not Dragonstone. Dragonstone is a blend. The red is piedmontite and the green is epidote. When you're looking at bloodstone, which is also red and green, bloodstone is red and green jasper. So this is a whole new creature in your collection. Piedmontite is the main stone for problem solving. Piedmontite helps you look at what you are worried about, what you're anxious about, what you're afraid of, and find solutions to it. And epidote is for manifestation. And that's what's happening in this stone. So I love Dragonstone. I'm a big fan of it. This is the stone I work with when I feel like I just don't know how to work around a challenge or an issue. Look at the color here. That pigmentite on this particular crystal is bright red. And there's 2 different sizes. So the small ones are $19. I don't have very many of these. I only had 100 to start with. So if you'd like one of the small ones, I would jump on that early today, especially while we have 20% off with code 20fall. So after your discount, the $19 one will be about $16. That's the smaller one. And then the bigger one after your discount is $20 for 4 to 5 inches of Dragonstone. If you're a collector of wands, and like I was saying earlier, you know, it depends on what size wand you tend to collect. I tend to collect the smaller ones. Some people tend to collect the bigger ones. Up to you. We like double terminated wands in my community because they send and receive energy. They're like little channeling pieces. So if you've been feeling connected to Dragonstone, or if you've just been feeling like you're, you know, this is the stone for when you feel like you were running up against the same obstacles all the time, and you've got to come up with a new way of addressing it. What you've been doing isn't working. That's when Dragonstone is the crystal that you want to consider working with. Isn't that right, Oscar? Yeah, you know, don't keep doing the same thing, you know, because, you know, that's not smart. If you want a different outcome, you gotta do something different, you know, so that's why I like Dragonstone. I also kind of look like Dragonstone, you might notice. I mean, I'm not, right? I'm Indonesian agate, and it's very special. It's more special than Dragonstone, I think, but, you know, I also would probably think that because it's what I'm made of, so. You look very nice with those, Oscar. I was like, that'll get Dave to log off of this live real quick if he has enough Oscar over here. Oscar's always going to tell you his stone is the best stone. Oh, Yvonne, thank you. Well, it's super nice to see you, too. I know, Yvonne, I used to get to see you a lot when I was going live more on Instagram. I got to get back to that. I miss my garden lives, and Yvonne, you were almost always there. So nice to see you today, and glad that you caught us over here. Yeah, Regina's like, I was waiting for Dave to comment on that. You know, I was waiting too. You know, he's kind of a bully, so, you know, you don't have to, you know, pick on people who are smaller than you. It's not very nice, so, you know, find somebody your own size to pick on is what I would say. Nobody likes a bully. Dave. Okay. What else do I want to tell you about? Mushroom magic. Oh yeah, baby. Mushroom magic has, are you ready? Reishi mushroom, lion's mane mushroom, chaga mushroom, turkey tail mushroom, and then a very rare mushroom from France called Sepis Absolute, which is super duper expensive. What mushroom does, this does not have the magic mushroom in it, but it's got every other one in it. Alongside labdanum, which is for power, violet, which is for peace, and amorous, which is for transformation. This particular mist is $14, and then it's 20% off, so that's about $11 after your discount. This is for going down the rabbit hole. This is for connecting to your deeper subconscious and bringing your dreams and your visions to the surface, helping you activate that deeper dormant energy within you that maybe hasn't been activated yet. And I love it. It smells beautiful too, because, you know, there's really nothing like labdanum and violet and amorous. Those are beautiful essential oils. And then you combine that with all those magic mushrooms from all different parts of the world. Like I said, reishi, lion's mane, chaga, turkey tail, and then that French sepis, which we import directly from France for mushroom magic. So if you got the kit last year, the Down the Rabbit Hole kit, this is that mushroom magic perfume, if you loved it, and a lot of people did, in a mist form. And it's super affordable. It's 2 ounces. It's going to last you for a long time. You can absolutely use that as a perfume. You can use it to mist in the room before you do ceremony, right? To strengthen you. A lot of people feel like that's their favorite journey blend that we've done here at Sage Goddess, so we knew you'd be excited about that today. Yeah, Wendy's asking, she's used to going to Facebook to log in. Where does she go now? Well, we're kind of testing this today because Facebook's all screwed up. So, but maybe Dave can guide you with more specifics on that. I'm kind of into how this is going, though. I like it. I hope you do too. One thing I forgot to tell you about last week So I was like, I'm going to fix that today. You know, lepidolite's my favorite stone for anxiety. And I'm sorry, but I don't know anybody who doesn't have anxiety. Maybe you do. Everybody in my life has at least some level of anxiety these days. So this is lepidolite from Brazil. And then we had it angel aura treated, which means we bond metals to it to make that kind of super shiny rainbowy texture to it. Doesn't affect the metaphysical properties of the stones. And in fact, what it does is it adds the properties of the metals, which is iridium, titanium, and gold, which brings you strength and perseverance. Makes it prettier too for your crystal healing tray or if you wire wrap it. But this is your stone for relieving anxiety. It's lithium. So my recommendation is if you have a lot of anxiety, carry it with you, put it in your bra, stick it where the sun don't shine. You know what I mean? I carry a piece in my purse all the time. And you know what's funny is I end up giving them away because I end up getting into conversations with people wherever I go. And people will say, well, I have a lot of anxiety. What do you recommend? And I'm usually like, here, you need that. So these are $2 for the small. Oops. The small is this size. So these are $2 a piece and then 20% off with your code 20fall. And the larger is $4 a piece and then 20% off. So if you don't have oral lepidolite in your collection and you didn't see those before, I wanted to make sure you saw those today. I'm noticing my team is not pinning links, so I don't know if YouTube doesn't allow that maybe, but hopefully you guys can see the links from Alexis as she's sharing them. Well, I have two plastic animals on my tray. This little rabbit over here is named Therabunny, and she is Oscar's therapist. You know, because I believe everybody should have a therapist, including my animated gemstones. So she takes care of him over here and helps to counsel him when he feels like, you know, he needs support and guidance. I'm sure Dave loves that Oscar has a therapist. And then this kind sir over here, I actually put this on my tray because it's the sweetest thing, honestly. This was my daughter's cow when she was like 2 years old. My daughter, Zoe, went through a cow phase. When she was learning her animals, you could put 100 animals out on a tray and she would say they were all cows because she really liked cows. But this one actually was the cow. And she carried this everywhere. I would find her taking a nap with this kind of stuck in the top of her diaper or wrapped up in her baby blanket. She was obsessed with this cow, and I don't know why. She was a cow for Halloween that year. And so, I don't know, I feel like maybe he's needs to be part of our family now. I don't think he's a therapist so much. I think he's a coach. So Oscar has a coach now, a cow coach, and a therapist. You still call them moo moo cows, Chanel? I love that. Yeah, I would lay out all the animals and I would go, Zoe, what animal is that? And I would point at a horse and she would go, cow. And then I would point at a dog and I would go, great, what animal is that? And she would go, cow. But that's the original cow. We'll make him into a coach. I like it. Vanessa says she never really received her last order and it's been over a month. Seriously? Have you written into support.sagegoddess.com, Vanessa? I would love to help you with that because we're really caught up on our orders. So I'm wondering if that means that we have a shipping problem. You know what I mean? Because there have been a lot of lost packages and things. So Vanessa, yeah, do me a favor, send in a note to support.sagegoddess.com and we'll take care of you right away. And I'm so happy you're here today. Is there anything today that's interesting to you, or do you have questions about what I'm sharing with you? I would love to answer your questions and see what's on your mind. Will we have dolomite soon? I don't know about dolomite. Dolomite's turning out to be kind of tricky to find right now. I am working on it because dolomite is one of the best stones for migraines, and I can't tell you how many people in our community really suffer and struggle with migraines. And if you've had a migraine, you know that it's kind of the shittiest thing that can happen to you, and dolomite's really the best stone I can recommend for migraines. So I am working on it. It's just tricky sometimes. Yes, so it's a great question from Glow River. So we're talking about the peach selenite. These peach selenite pieces are still one of my favorite things from the last couple of days. These are $2 a piece at sagegoddess.com, and then they're 20% off. with code 20fall. So peach selenite is natural, comes from Morocco. I recommend putting one in your shell or wherever you keep your sage bundles or your Palo Santo. Do you know what I mean? Because peach selenite clears anything it touches, right? It's one of the only stones in the mineral world that clears everything but doesn't need to be cleared. So it's not a high maintenance stone. And then the peach selenite, like Glo was asking, and she's absolutely right, is that it's a stone that clears the lower chakras. And she was asking if it would be good for sacral trauma, which would include hysterectomy, abortion, cesarean section. I've had C-section, right? And it is one of the stones that you can work with to clear traumatic energy from the lower chakras, including the sacral chakra. And keep in mind, men also need, people with male anatomy, also need to heal and clear the lower chakras. And that can also be not just from physical trauma, but from emotional trauma too. So I definitely recommend it if that's been your challenge. The other reason I like to work with peach selenite, I don't know if you feel like this sometimes I feel creatively blocked, okay? And I'm a writer, and when I feel that sense of writer's block coming on, there's really only two stones that I work with. One is peach selenite, and the other one is vanadinite. And unfortunately, we sold out of our vanadinite last week. But peach selenite is the other one, and peach selenite is the more affordable of the two as well. So if you've been feeling creatively blocked, you've got good ideas, but you're just having a hard time staying inspired, this is another stone that can really help you with that. Now, if you're trying to get pregnant, no. Getting pregnant is a different set of stones. It won't hurt, but it's not my favorite for fertility. My favorite stones for fertility are garnet and coral. And coral's not a stone. But in a lot of cases, when you work with like Indonesian coral, which is fossilized, it actually has a lot of agate and quartz in it. So it ends up having the same mineral status as a gemstone because of how much agate and quartz is in there. So if you're trying to get pregnant, I would move right into fossilized coral and almandine garnet, which are the two best fertility stones in my personal experience. Yeah. Peach and orange selenite are the same thing, Nyx. So people just call them different things. It's the same mineral though. And whether people call it peach or orange, it all comes from Morocco. Yeah. Yeah. Aw, you want sweatshirts? I see you, Klesh's Corner. What about other than malachite is good for someone giving birth? That's a great question. There's so many. I always pull out my crystal healing tray just to show you, because this tray is one of everything I've brought you to sagegoddess.com since I started with you 10 years ago. So it's a big tray, but it's also literally everything. The two best stones for labor and delivery are malachite, which is the divine feminine stone, and it's called the doula stone for that reason, because it really does help. And I've had so many clients over the years just say they absolutely rely on it. And then the other stone is bloodstone, because bloodstone is good for healthy pregnancy. So is aventurine, by the way. I'm looking for my bloodstone here. I know it's here somewhere. And then bloodstone is also good for pain relief. And because if you've gone through labor and delivery, it's not the most physically enjoyable experience. The outcome's usually pretty great, but it hurts. So bloodstone is good for that too. And then the other pain relief stone, before this sells out, you guys, please get a piece of axonite. Axonite, natrolite, and bloodstone are my 3 pain relieving stones. And Hillary, if you're buying crystals for someone who's going through labor and delivery soon, make sure you get them a little piece of the axonite. I want to say these are $3 a piece. Alexis will have to double check for me. We don't always have axonite, which is why I would definitely direct you to get a piece while we have it. In the past, we've had spheres, but those sold out. We had big tumbled pieces, those sold out. These small natural pieces are the ones that we have. Yeah, and so if you have MS, which is what I have, this is the stone I work with for neuralgia and neuropathy, which is the nerve pain that comes with MS. Or if you have sciatica, you know what I mean? A lot of my clients have sciatic pain that isn't really rooted in any kind of disease. Try the crystals. And then you want to work with my ultimate pain relief perfume, or my balm, which has arnica, camphor. A lot of the pain relieving oils are in there. And I'm somebody who likes to combine essential oils with crystals for healing therapy too. So yeah, this is called Axinite, Axinite, comes from Pakistan. There's only two places in the world that axonite's found, Pakistan and Peru. This is the Pakistani. The Peruvian is the same quality, tends to be the same prices. From Peru, we tend to get bigger pieces and they're more expensive. So I kind of like having these smaller pieces for you, super easy to carry around, and you just want to hold it. In meditation, crystals have a 12-inch energy field, and so does your body. So as long as this is within 2 feet of you, it's doing its job. Like even right now, I'm benefiting from just kind of soaking up all of the energy here. Yeah. You can see the links? Okay, good. Yeah, I can't see the links. I know Alexis is here posting them, but I'm having trouble seeing them. But as long as you guys can see them, we're all good. Good deal. And remember, if you're just joining in, welcome. It's fun to be with you on YouTube today. Everything's 20% off with code 20fall at sagegoddess.com. And just today only until midnight, you're getting a cute little opalite moon and star pendant with your $20 purchase. Isn't that pretty? It comes on a chain. And you know it's holiday time, so put that away as an extra gift. Or keep it. I won't judge you and I won't tell anybody you did that. Oh, good. Wendy's getting the Dragonstone, the double term, which is fantastic. And she got a strawberry calcite. Aren't those strawberry calcites super pretty? I love me some strawberry calcite. These are $3 a piece. These are fun because they're beautiful. First of all, calcite has the coolest texture, you guys. Everybody loves calcite. I'll show you. And no matter where calcite comes from in the world, it has this kind of soft texture to it. It's the only way I can describe it. Here's a green calcite. See how it's kind of like waxy and soft? It's very satisfying to touch calcite compared to citrine, which has more of a rough texture. It's not as smooth and soft. This is strawberry calcite, and strawberry calcite is one of the only stones that activates your root and your heart chakra. This is really good for grounding, for emotional stability. It also helps to clear emotional blockages. I like this one for people who are coming out of a tough patch or a tough relationship and they don't want to carry their baggage into the next phase or the next relationship. Strawberry calcite's my go-to for that. And a lot of us go through that. You've come through a tough part of your life. I'm going through grief right now. I'm going to be working with strawberry calcite as I move out of this phase, so I don't carry that kind of grief energy with me. And so if you're going through a divorce or a separation or grief of any kind or loss, this is a good one. It's like your bridge stone to get you to the next phase without carrying that energy in. Yeah. Hey, Queen Bee. Well, they're supposed to send you a replacement if they run out of the GWP. I will tell you, Queen Bee, we have done a much better job. I don't know how long ago you ordered, of making sure we have enough GWPs for people who order. We just order more GWPs now. But the team should have sent you a little fun replacement of some kind, and I sure hope they did. And I hope that you're enjoying it. I know. They're super pretty. Well, remember, calcite is calcite, right? Calcite, no matter what color you're working with, is going to have that same texture, that same sort of smooth, almost waxy kind of textures. And so it doesn't matter what color you're working with. And like I said, it doesn't actually matter what part of the world you're ordering or working with calcite from, because calcite comes from different places in the world. It's all going to have that same texture because it's the same mineral structure. Yeah, I love that. Maruda says it's silky. That's kind of a good word to describe it. And they also say, have you heard this little tidbit too? They say that really psychic people are drawn to calcite. So they say that if you're immediately drawn to calcite, like if you look at this tray and your eye immediately goes over here to this piece right here, or your eye immediately travels over here to this piece, they say that's a sign that you're psychic. I think it's true, because every really psychic person I know loves calcite. Yeah, Jessica likes it too. So those are new for you today as well. And then the last thing I want to show you from today, we have these flames for you. This is a really fun take on a stone that you might feel like you know really well. And it gives me a chance to teach you something unique about a mineral, which is my passion. So this is Lazurite in quartz. okay? And normally, when you have lazurite in a stone, if it's in calcite, it's sodalite. But this is not calcite, the matrix of this. The blue is lazurite, and the white behind it is quartz. Isn't that beautiful? And there's little bits of tourmaline in here as well. So when you have lazurite in quartz, it's not sodalite. Lazurite in calcite is sodalite. And so this is a whole separate mineral group. And because it's not in calcite, because it's in quartz, this can be the centerpiece of a grid. Normally, sodalite is one we don't often work with as the centerpiece for a grid because the matrix sometimes contains quartz, sometimes it doesn't. This is the ultimate stone for releasing fear and gaining power. So overcoming fear, overcoming obstacles, overcoming blockages, letting go of the past, that's what lazurite in quartz is all about. Isn't that cool? And so these are 5 inches. These are from Brazil. This helps you reassess and reform parts of your life that aren't working for you. It helps you to repattern old behaviors, old ways of seeing the world, and to help come to those situations from a new perspective. And a flame is this kind of twisted, it literally looks like a flame with a flat bottom. And the way to work with a flame is you place that flat edge against your solar plexus right above your belly button, and it creates a little vortex of energy. This would be an incredible piece if you have a grid, like I said, for overcoming. Maybe you're letting go of old ways of eating or old ways of being in a relationship. You know, you're changing and you're growing and you're evolving, and you want a stone to celebrate that and to strengthen you as you do that. That's what lazurite and quartz is all about. And so that's there for you as well. What questions do you have? So we talked about our ruby and zoisite spheres. This is for life force. This is to strengthen you if you feel like you've lost hope. Oh, I'm so glad you found us. Yeah, we're here today because Facebook's down and Instagram's down. So we're like, well, how about the YouTubes? Let's go over to YouTube. While you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way, if we keep doing this, you won't miss a thing. You'll get all the notifications. I love it. Lishun asked, what stones would you recommend for an awakening priestess? That's such a great question. I've got 2 on my tray that are pretty cool. I don't know if you saw these yesterday. This is a third eye that we've had custom carved in labradorite. And what I would do with this as an awakening priestess is I would have either a ring made, or let me show you, because I did this yesterday. I'm going to take one of these and do it. I'm going to make a priestess cuff. Wait till you see. I don't want to throw it at you. Hold on. Check this out. And in fact, I would make a cuff and I would dedicate it at a new moon. I knew that was going to happen. Let me try it again. Let me see if I can do it on my left hand. It might be a little bit easier. I'm going to show you my cuff when it's done for sure, because I think it's going to be so beautiful. So check this out. So that is what they call a Shiva eye. It's a third eye carved into labradorite, which is the stone of new beginnings, new visions, and new possibilities. That's more of an orange labradorite. Some of the pieces are more orange, some are more blue, some are more green. Aren't they beautiful? And they're flashy on both sides. So I would probably grab one of these while we have them. For an awakening priestess, this one has more of the golds and the greens. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the blue on top. And they're all that quality. We had these custom made for us in India, and I just think they are magnificent. So if you didn't get one of the Shiva eyes, I would definitely grab one of those. It'll be a great new moon cuff for you too when you're setting intentions. We have a new moon this week. Hope you're excited about that, coming up on Wednesday. And then the other stone is an awakening priestess, which is super affordable, is azurite. Azurite comes from Morocco, and it is the most important third eye stone that you can work with. It awakens your psychic skills, in particular your clairvoyance and clairaudience, which are very important skills for a priestess to be able to, you know, align her intuition with her energy field and to be able to channel messages and bring wisdom back to her community or his community, or their community. I don't tend to see priestesses as female, which sometimes surprises people, but I just, a lot of us have had past lives as priests and priestesses, and I don't tie it to a particular gender identity. I know a lot of really talented priestesses who identify as male, so I tend to think of it as a term that stands on its own. So yeah, if you're working on psychic visions, I would go azurite and I would go labradorite. First and foremost, there are other third eye stones, right? So there's certainly others that we can talk about in the mix. Lapis is fantastic for your third eye, also for visioning. But those are sort of my go-to. I do love a good indigo gabbro, which is a powerful stone for insight, wisdom, again, third eye activation. Those are probably my top recommendations for you. There are others that you can work with, but I think if you have azurite, labradorite, lapis lazuli, you're ahead of the game. And it does. You know what, Ginny? They actually call them blueberries. They call those little azurite pieces blueberries because they look like blueberries. Angel has lots of indigo gabbro. I love it. Do you love it too? It's one of the best. And then you can get into other stones too. This is what a larger, we used to have this size of the azurite. It gets expensive, but you don't need a bigger piece. We talked about this earlier. Size, when it comes to crystals, in my experience, is not what matters. So even getting a small piece of a crystal that you're looking for is a great place to begin. And then if you really love it, continue to work with it too. Yeah, indigo gabbro and merlinite are the same stone. That's exactly right. It's just a trade name. There was someone, I can't remember who it was, who took indigo gabbro and decided to name it merlinite in the industry, but it's the same material. Yeah. It's one of my favorites for sure. I'm glad you guys like it too. What else was I going to tell you about third eye stones? I'm not sure, but that's a good place to begin. Yeah. You like iolite too? Iolite's great. Iolite, they call it the water sapphire because it really does look like a sapphire. And the iolite actually is interesting because the Vikings used it to guide their voyages. And so I love iolite too. It's a very powerful third eye stone. So that's another really great recommendation too. Yeah. You want to talk about labs again? This one is the one I have to tell you, like, I think they're all really pretty, but this one I swear looks like a peacock to me. I was playing with this one yesterday. I'm like, there's every flipping color of the rainbow on this piece. Light blue, dark blue, there's orange and yellow, there's green. I saw a little flash of purple somewhere, but they're all beautiful. This one is like looking at the sunrise over the ocean, you know, to me. Isn't that stunning? You could just lose your darn mind. You want to see the shelf? Yeah, let me show you the shelf again, because the shelf is kind of the star of the show. And again, everything's 20% off. Your code is 20fall. So in case you're just joining and you go to sagegoddess.com, when you add stuff to your cart and you check out, it's going to ask you for a discount code. So that's what you want to enter there. And then if you spend $20 today, you're going to get a free opalite pendant. Opalite is the stone of business success, and then it's in a little crescent moon for making a wish on a star. So this is the star of the show today. We had these custom made. I'm obsessed with little shelves like this. You probably are too, and they're usually really expensive. These are 19 or 18. These are $19, and then they're 20% off today. So after your discount, it's $16. It's 8 inches tall, top to bottom, 8 inches wide, left to right. And I just put one of all the chakra stones on here. You can store your perfumes on here. You can store your jewelry on here, right? If you want to do that. This just becomes your little hanging altar, basically. And I'm going to set mine up. I'm going to put flash tattoos on it. Did you know you can apply flash tattoos to wood, and it actually looks really pretty? So I'm going to decorate mine tomorrow. I'm going to build grids on mine. I'm going to decorate it with flash tattoos. I'm going to touch it with a little bit of probably gold leaf around the edge just to make it pop. And I'll come live tomorrow to show you my finished decorated shelf, just to inspire you, because if you have a couple of flash tattoos laying around, which you probably do, you can take this little $16 shelf and really adorn it, make it beautiful. And can you imagine giving that as a gift? I promise you, if you give this as a gift to someone, they're not going to think that you spent $16 on them. Do you ever have those like holiday things where you can only spend $20 and you think, what am I going to get somebody for $20 that they're going to like freak out about? Someone will freak out about this, especially if you add a couple of crystals to it and decorate it. They will absolutely love it. Oh, I love it. Kale says, can we keep using YouTube? Because Kale doesn't have Facebook. If you guys like it, I'm super down. It's kind of nice to be with you on this different platform. And I like to do different things and kind of switch it up. We're here because Facebook freaked out today and decided not to work. I think Facebook needs a therapist right now. Don't you think so, Oscar? You know, maybe Facebook's tired, you know? Maybe Facebook needs a break. Sometimes you work too hard and you gotta power down. So that's why I have a therapist to help me. And a new coach, which is my cow. You liked Facebook better? I know. Well, you know, that's the thing. Whenever you try something different, like 50% of people will like it, 50% of people won't. I have a lot of people say they don't love Facebook. They'd rather that I was here. So we do our best. Yeah, and then you have Mercury retrograde, which like, hello. You almost have to expect, you know, internet challenges. But yeah, I'm glad you asked me about the shelf again, because I think they're beautiful. When those came in, when those arrived, and we as a team sat down and looked at the price that we were charging, it was one of those times when I thought it was a mistake. I've never seen a shelf like that. The Crescent Moon shelves, like even if you go on Etsy and eBay, they're not $16. So that's definitely one of the best values for a gift idea for the season. And like I said, I'm going to paint mine and kind of zhuzh it up and see if you like it. And then you may decide, no, I'm going to leave it plain. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe you like it better plain. I'm kind of a more is more kind of girl. So I tend to, you know, zhuzh it. Yeah, they're usually like $40 or $50, right? Yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about the Soul Shift perfume kit? Let's talk about it. Is the shipping for the shelf a lot more than other things? That I'm not exactly sure of. We do have to put it in a bigger box for you, Bridget. Yeah. But we do our best as Sage Goddess to keep our shipping costs down, especially given that everybody's shipping costs have gone up this year. I don't know if you've noticed that. Because USPS raised their shipping prices and UPS did and everybody did. So we're trying to keep our prices down as low as we can for you. So yeah, the Soul Shift perfume kit, if you're in Soul Shift, your perfume tools are $22. You get everything that you see here. This month, we are journeying with valerian, tulsi, which is holy basil, and last but not least, alemi. Alemi I love. Alemi is a really cool essential oil. In Arabic, alemi means as above, so below. It's an oil for balancing, and it smells like heaven. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's one of those upper chakra oils. In fact, these are all upper chakra. Tulsi is heart chakra and crown chakra. Alemi is soul star chakra. Valerian is crown and soul star chakra. So this is a blend for purification and for rest, for peaceful sleep. So I'm going to keep mine by my bedside. I love to work with essential oils right before bed. You probably do the same thing. So you get your bottle to fill. That comes empty because we make the perfume together during session 3. You get your bottle of jojoba for blending. You get your label, and then you get your alemi, your holy basil, and your valerian oils. And after your discount, it's $18. So if you'd like to make perfume with me this month in Soul Shift, those are the tools. Yeah. Pain relief crystals, Jessica, axonite, and then bloodstone, and Naturalite. Naturalite, I don't have any right now. Naturalite is crazy expensive. It's one of the Synergy 12, and it's a super rare Synergy 12 that primarily comes from Russia, and we almost never have it. So I always tell people, if you see me with Naturalite or you see Naturalite at an affordable price, you should probably buy it. But when you can't find Naturalite, axonite is the second strongest for pain relief, and then bloodstone is the most affordable, the most common, and the most accessible for pain relief. Yeah. For migraines, you want to work with dolomite or sugilite. And then for vertigo, Delene, you want kyanite. Yeah, baby. This is also really good for hormone balance, endocrine balance, menopause. which is where I'm living right now. Menopause. Men go through it too. I don't want to hear that men don't go through menopause. I think men have menopause. They just don't talk about it, but I think they go through it too. Where they're kind of forgetful and loopy and a little weird, I think they go through it too. I don't know. Dave's not there yet, but I have a feeling he'll go through his own menopause. The Samhain kit sold out, unfortunately, but it's so super fun. My favorite part of the Samhain kit is the mask. We're all gonna be wearing our masks together. So unfortunately, I don't have any more of those left, but if you got one, I hope you enjoyed it too. Love it. Katie's asking about the Firestone sphere. Yeah, that is a form of sodalite that fluoresces under black light. Super fun. I called it Fire Priestess because it has this kind of fiery energy to it. So yeah. Rose says, I broke up with my boyfriend of 7.5 years. Best stone, what would she use? Hey, Alexis, do we still have that releasing trio? The bronzite. It also had trolite. Is that trio still in the Apache Tier Obsidian? That trio was like $3 or $4, and then it's 20% off. If you are trying to release energy or let go or surrender in any way, you need that releasing trio. I just don't know if we still have them in stock, but if we do, that would be the one I would recommend for you. I'll have Alexis check and see if we still have it. Unfortunately, no, we don't have any more of the Samhain toolkits. I know. I wish we did. We still, we still make all of our bath and body products by hand at Sage Goddess, and we only can get so many stones during the pandemic, so that's why we don't have as many of the kits. Was it $3, Cindy? Yeah, that's a good set. And that's a great gift for somebody, too, who's going through heartbreak or heartache of any kind. One thing that's going to be off my tray tomorrow, so I want to make sure you knew about it before I take it off my tray. Did you see these Goddess on the Go little goodie bags? It's a jewelry roll. But I'm kind of obsessed with stuff like this because I like to take my crystals and my jewelry when I travel. Not that I've traveled much in the last 2 years, but I'm hoping to at some point here, especially in the new year. So we custom designed these. These are vegan leather and vegan suede. So no animals were hurt in the process of designing this. It's stamped in gold, Sage Goddess, embossed. And then it holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of earrings. That snaps open and snaps shut. And then it holds your necklaces. Isn't this a fun holiday gift? That was my intention with it. You put your necklace on there, the chain, and then you tuck the pendant into the little pouch. And then this one holds rings. See how you unsnap that and you just load your rings on there and then snap it down. So nothing moves around. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one hand and it's not the easiest thing. And then over here, this also snaps in and out, by the way. Isn't that cool? So everything is modular. Over here, this is your little gemstone pouch, and it comes with a bracelet. These are $39 and then 20% off, so it's like $33. The bracelet it comes with is worth about $15. And then you can put your other crystals in here. You could put your selenite and your moonstone. You could put your strawberry calcite in there. You could fit a perfume bottle in there, and then you can zip that up, roll, snap it shut, and everything travels super safely and doesn't move around. It's kind of the best thing for toting your crystals and your jewelry around. So if you didn't see those, today's the last day I'm going to have it on my tray, so I want to make sure, because I think that's one of the most fun gift ideas. And if you wanted to really knock it out of the park, add a couple extra pieces of jewelry for the person you're gifting it to. And that's the ultimate gift. I don't know anybody who wouldn't love a little travel jewelry pouch, especially one that's all modular like this, where you can, really personalize it for whatever your needs are. And then we have about 10 different bracelets in stock. You're either going to get amethyst or carnelian, lapis, sodalite, obsidian, aventurine. I think we've rutilated quartz. But you can fit a lot in that little pouch. So that's kind of fun. And then you can give the bracelet to the person, or you can keep it if you want. I won't judge you. I won't tell anybody that you got a free bracelet and you kept it. whatever. Sometimes you should get to keep this special thing. So those are there for you too. Isn't that fun? Will I be doing a reverse shelf? That would be kind of neat to do the other phases. I like that suggestion a lot. So thank you for that. I'm going to make a note of that too. I appreciate that. Yeah, Marisol, I was mentioning earlier for conception, if you're trying to get pregnant, most of us are running the other way. But congratulations to you. I'm always like, I am the happiest non-pregnant woman alive, because that time in my life was beautiful and also exhausting. But I do want to congratulate you as you start that chapter. Almandine garnet and Indonesian coral, fossilized coral, are my two favorite stones for getting pregnant. These stones in and of themselves are not going to make you pregnant, but a lot of times in my experience, having worked with thousands of women who have fertility challenges, a lot of times what I've noticed is that as soon as those women get grounded and trust the process and relieve the anxiety, they get pregnant. A lot of times it's energetic. It can also be physical. There can be other challenges, right? But a lot of times what I've noticed with my clients is as soon as they kind of let go and surrender, you know, to the process and to the timeline and just trust that that little soul is trying to find them too, it's like boom. And I can't tell you, it's not even dozens of times, it's thousands of times I've heard that same story from people in my community. So yeah, those are the two I recommend. It's not that there aren't others that are great too. Rutilated quartz can also be good, especially if what I was just describing is part of the situation, you know, like you're trying to transform the way you're thinking about it so that you get out of that mindset that's limiting. Rutilated quartz can be really helpful for that too. That little green with brown heart is staring at you. I'm trying to figure out which one. Green with brown heart. You'll have to tell me which one you're looking at. If it's staring at you, it probably wants you to notice it. The crystals do that sometimes. Yeah, well, how much fun was this with you guys? And thank you, Alexis, for being there. That's everything that's new at sagegoddess.com today. Don't miss the shelf. That's my favorite thing from today for sure. If you're working on pain, definitely axonite for you. If you're working on clairvoyance or your psychic gifts, the labradorite, the azurite is going to be great for you. If you're working on clearing your lower chakras, that orange selenite is fantastic. If you're releasing fear, those lazurite and quartz flames is great. If you're trying to activate your power and you want a really good journey blend, Mushroom Magic is one of my community's favorites, and we finally made it into a mist for you, and that's new today. You're getting a free little pendant today as my gift with your $20 purchase, and everything's 20% off with code 20fall at sagegoddess.com. You're so welcome. I know, I wish I could make more Samhain kits. It's such a bummer. Would you want me to just release like the perfume or something that I can make? I don't have any more masks. There's a couple pieces in the kit that I don't have any more of, but if you would like me to just do the perfume or something like that, I might be able to do those on their own. I'd have to check with Team SG and just make sure we have the ingredients. So let me find out what I can do for you. Yellow sphene, is it good for ADHD? It's a great question. My favorite stone for ADHD is fluorite. I have ADHD. Sphene is good for memory loss. I work with it for the memory loss that's coming from me with MS, or not MS, but menopause. So sphene is memory loss and also information recall. And then I like fluorite for focus. For me, as someone with ADHD, I find it's very helpful because I'm endlessly distracted, and that's just kind of been my whole life. Do I have fluorite here to show you? I usually have a little octahedral piece that pops out. Maybe not today. Anybody see fluorite in the mix here? I know I have a bunch of fluorite on the tray, but it might be hiding for today. Here's fluorite. It grows in octahedrons like this. This is pink fluorite. But it doesn't matter what color you work with, they're all good for focus. It's also good for soul path and soul purpose. Like when people come to me and they're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this weird life that I have, I always recommend fluorite. So focus and purpose. And that would be my recommendation. And then if you feel like you've got memory loss issues, I would try sphene. Sphene's been very helpful for that for me too. Yeah. It really depends. You know, for me, the crystals, as long as they're within 24 inches of your physical body, and the closer you can get, the better. Within 12 inches is ideal. Then they're in your energy field and they're doing what they need to do. I do tend to like to make skin contact with my crystals, which is why I always have a crystal in my bra at all times. So carrying them with you, wire wrapping them and wearing them as jewelry, holding them in meditation, right? But whatever, however, wherever you are, the closer your crystals are to you, the more powerfully they're interacting with your energy field. Yeah. Is the opal real in the free gift? It is opalite. Opalite. Opalite is made of opal. It's a fusion of opal, glass, and quartz. Opalite. And you can do some research on opalite if you're interested. It is the best stone for business success. Opalite, jade, and citrine are the 3 stones for business success and endurance. And there is real opal in opalite, which is one of the reasons why I think it's so attractive to people. Isn't that beautiful? It depends on how you like hold it. Like from this angle, it's sort of more orange and blue. But I just think it's beautiful. It's mesmerizing. And we always bring it back because our customers love it. Because everybody's usually starting something, right? A new venture or a new job or visioning something that they want to begin, or they're expanding something. You know, they've already started something and they want to make it bigger and better. And so that's where opalite can be really helpful too. You betcha. Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you, Tiff. All right, well, enjoy. Don't forget your discount code. 20% off is a big deal. We don't always have 20% off, and enjoy your free gift. And I'll be back with you live tomorrow, right around lunchtime. And then in the afternoon, Soul Shift, we have Elder Council tomorrow. We're going to go work with your spirit guides. If you'd like to learn with me, I do teach online classes. You can go to sagegoddess.com/programs to learn all about those, and you can register anytime. My online classes are certified in the US and outside of the US by the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. And you get certified by me as an alchemist, an elemental healer, a graduate of Soul Shift, and a crystal master, a crystal healer this year. So if you'd like to join the online programs, it's never too late. And that's the link where you'll find more. And make sure you subscribe to our channel before you leave. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Thank you, Alexa, so much for being here. So much love to you guys. Thanks for coming over and finding us here on YouTube today. We appreciate it. And I will look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon. Have a great evening. I'm glad you were here. See you soon.